whole lot of love in my country. But I pray for the police, please inspire them to keep the peace. Oh, Father, I pray for the judge and the jury and those who begging for their mercy. Oh, Father, I pray and I pray.
Thank you and good morning. Welcome to the program, The Conversation with the Rgpf, right here on Real 91.9 and 91.5 FM. Located right here on Main Street, Sutters, St. Patrick's. It is a conversation with the Rgpf, and I'm your host for this morning's program, no other person than Corporal 26 Callis, attached to the Community Relations Department of the Royal Grenadier Police Force. And I take this opportunity this morning to welcome each and every one of you joining us here on this program, and to all our motoring personnel out there driving in your transport to the job or going and do some other business. We ask of you to adhere to all of the traffic regulations and rules, and ensure your seatbelts have been worn, ensure that you do not exceed the normal speed limit, because you have a responsibility to carry everyone to the destination safely. And more so, that includes you. Your own safety is of paramount importance. And to those listening out in the diaspora, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, pleasant morning to you and welcome, and thank you for joining us here on the program this morning, The Conversation with the Rgpf. And once again, I'm your host, Corporal 26 Callis. And joining me in studios this morning is no other person than Woman Sergeant 925 Mackling. And I take this moment to welcome you and good morning to you, Mama. How are you?
Good morning, Corporal Callis. I'm great. It is a pleasure to be here this morning. It is always a pleasure to be here once we are connecting with the public, once we are connecting with our citizens, once we are here to share information. So it's a pleasure to be here once more, and I look forward to the conversation this morning.
Great. And how's the Eastern Division?
Oh, the big things division. Things are excellent in the Eastern Division. We're in high spirits. We're looking forward to a lot of great things. So we're looking forward to serving our people, and things are pretty well in the division.
Well, of course, and I totally agree. The Eastern Division is the big division.
Yeah.
You know, where a lot of things are happening, and it is our goal within the Eastern Division to meet people and to ensure that their needs are met and provide the service, you know, on a professional level to ensure that we live the standard, and at the end of the day, we continue along with the community policing aspect of it.
Yes.
You know, that would allow us as a people to be able to trust the police in its entirety.
Yeah.
For this morning's program, we know, of course, it's Police Week. You know, that is approaching, and it's not approaching again, it's actually right here.
Yes.
You know,
it is here.
So what is it there is for us to know about Police Week activities? You know, I know it has already launched. You know, if my data is giving me the right information, you know, it's already launched. So what you can tell us about Policing Week activities? Okay,
so throughout the week, last week, we've had several media launches. We continue this week, of course, with Real FM today, and we go to another radio station within our policing area tomorrow. So we have had several mini launches, for want of a better term. So we've been to other stations and so on. So now we're here so that the listenership of Real FM, they're not left out. They're a part of everything that is happening. So as is customary, on a yearly basis, the Rgpf will celebrate Police Week. You may hear Police Week, and in your mind, you may envision a week of activities. However, with all Police Week style, we have a number of activities prior to the actual week itself. So our first sets of activities are now the launch. That has been happening from last week, this week, and then as May begins, we would get into other events, right? So we have preliminary or build-up events. We're building up the vibes to the great bang, the great week. So we have events such as debate, we have cricket, we have football, and so forth happening prior to that. So while I am speaking about it, I'll just go straight into it.
Sure.
All right, so we have these events. So we have the preliminary events happening, most of the preliminary events happening during the month of May, right? And just before I move forward, I think it is fitting for me to see the theme for this year's Police Week.
I was just about to bring that in.
Yes, so the theme for this year's Police Week celebration is United in Service, Committed to Community. And I want to repeat it because I want our listeners, I want our citizens to understand the true intent of the police. Yes, we understand it's an opportunity for us to be more social and all of that. But even in our social settings, we are letting the members of the public know, hey, you are also being considered. Your well-being and serving your rights is all incorporated within our team. So I'm going to repeat the theme. United in Service, Committed to Community. We are united as police officers serving you, the community, right? And we are committed to serving you even while we have these social events, because we usually use them as an avenue to connect with our communities. We're developing better relationships. We're building better bridges and having these great connections formed or even solidified through our Police Week activities. So we have our debate. Firstly, it begins on the 5th of May, and the preliminaries are scheduled for Shantymel, so it will be at the school at Shantymel. So that's the 5th of May. Please take notes, and we invite all members of the public to attend. It's free of cost. You do not have to pay to attend. You attend, and we provide you with refreshments and so on at the end of the event. So remember that the 5th of May, it's our debate preliminaries. Following that, the 6th, the following day, we have our hardball cricket preliminaries, and that would be at Tantine playing field. And everyone as well, you're invited to be a part of it. Hardball cricket on the 6th of May at Tantine. Following that, on the 8th of May, and this is only one of the 2 paid events that we'll be having throughout the entire list of celebrations. We'll be having a cruise about the Rum Runner. And if you know anything about a police cruise, you don't want to miss that one, right? That's one of the safest cruises you could go on, and you would enjoy every bit of music, every bit of atmosphere, every bit of food on it, because you don't have to look over your shoulder. You don't have to be worried about anything while you're on a police cruise.
Security to the max.
Security to the max, everything on point.
Everything on point.
Right, so we have tickets available from members of the committee at Granville Police Station. You can check Superintendent Thomas or any of the officers. Let them know that you're here to get a ticket for the cruise, and you purchase your ticket to go on one of the safest cruises that we have existing right now within the island, the safest one.
So apart from the stations and the committee members, are there any other outlets where tickets would be made available?
Yes, you can go to the Community Relations Department on the Carnage in St. George's. That's downstairs the new police headquarters building. You can also get tickets there as well for the cruise, right? Okay. So, I'm not sure if they would have any available by the time, because the sales they're going very well. So I'm not sure if by the date of the cruise there would be any tickets remaining, because they're really going fast. So I want to encourage you to go out there and get your tickets and get ready for the safest cruise that you can possibly experience. Following our cruise, the following week, we have our school club activities. And if you're paying attention, we're factoring every aspect of our society. So we're focusing on the schools, and this activity, we will provide more information as the time unfolds, but specific schools will be targeted for an outreach activity. We have netball on the 14th, netball and basketball. They're happening simultaneously on the same day. It would be at the Grand Dance Hard Court. A free event as well, open to members of the public. Following that, on the 16th of May, we have our table tennis, and that would be at the Public Workers Building. It's a free event as well. On the 17th of May, we have our road race, and the route is from Point Saline for the male and Grand Dance for the female towards the Carnage. So, Police officers, of course, would be a part of the race, but we also invite members of the public to be a part of the event as well. And a limited amount of persons, members of the public, will be allowed to represent various clubs within the organization. So that can assist them with getting points and so forth. So, right, so the 17th of May is another big one. It's a road race from Points Lane for the males and Grand Dance for the females. And it is going through the Woodlands route and ends up at Central Police Station on the Carnage. These are some of the preliminary events for Police Week for part of May. Then we up it a little bit. So from the 19th of May, we'll have an event called Divisional Day. And within all policing all Ireland, we have different divisions. So we have the Western, the Eastern, the Central, and the Northern. But what happens, we split the Central because of its size, the magnitude. Okay. We split it in two. So we have Central North and Central South. So in divisional days, the first one would be the Eastern Division, the Big Things Division. And we're going to be starting it off on such a high level. I'm not sure how the other divisions will compete, you know. I'm not sure what they would be able to do to kind of beat back the kind of great things we have planned. Right? And I cannot say it here because it would really sell out, you know, some of the big things that we have planned. And we don't want that, you know, because we have to be the kind of trendsetter. So after they see what we do and what we execute, then they can take pages, you know, from what we offer. Up front. That's right. So we started off with a bang. We set the level really, really high, and we expect that our fellow divisions will follow suit. So that's the 19th of May within the Eastern Division. On the 20th of May, the following day, we have our football preliminaries, and that would be against the 4 competing clubs, and it's scheduled for Tantine playing field. On the 21st, the following day, you see, we're rolling. We have the first for the Central Division, so that would be Central Division North, the 21st of May. On the 22nd of May, we have another big event, a big major event. Free entry, but we will have food and drinks and lots of entertainment for you. That would be our Police Food Fest. And the Police Food Fest is something that a lot of members of the public has been calling for.
Look out for. Yeah,
and we have not had it since COVID. So we're bringing it back with a bang. And of course, we're anticipating sponsorship from one of the greatest banks on the island, Grenada Cooperative Bank. And we know once we get that awesome sponsorship from them, that partnership from them, you can only expect great things on that day. So that is the 22nd of May, and it is scheduled for Pearls. That's in the vicinity of the SSU camp. We have all the different clubs. You cook different dishes. We would have other items offered for sale from other vendors and so on, police vendors most so. We would have a ice cold bar, and we would have loads of entertainment. Entertainment from within Rgpf, from outside, local artists and so on. Loads of entertainment. You come, you get your belly full of music, you get your belly full of food, you get your belly full of drink. All right? So that is the 22nd of May.
And of course, would this fiesta be judged?
Of
I know
course.
You have the different clubs within. So
yes.
Right.
So the for the food fiesta, the food fest, the 4 competing clubs, they would have specific dishes to prepare, and there will be a competition for that aspect, but they will also offer items for sale. Food items would be offered for sale, drinks would be offered for sale. Those persons who may have craft and so on, we will give them an opportunity as well to provide their items for sale. So we invite members of the public again to come out, jump in your car, jump on a bus, and get up to Pearls, head up to Pearls to the Camp Raven area for our food fest, because it's coming back with a big bang. On the 25th of May, we have our cricket fiesta, and it is scheduled for Malmonk Big Yard, Malmonk Plain Field in St. Davis. Last year we had the cricket fiesta, and we used it as an opportunity to sort of link up with our retirees, and the retirees put the serving officers to shame. You. The amount of retirees that was at the event, it outnumbered really the force, in a sense, because we wanted to use the opportunity to show our retirees that you're no longer with us, but you are appreciated, you are remembered, and you are valued. you know. So we use that opportunity to sort of link up with them. We invite them to that special events. We interact with them. We make them feel appreciated. We make them know that their contribution to our country matters, and we appreciate
and
it.
Definitely will also enhance just the development of the continuous camaraderie.
Yes.
You know, and of course, you know, retired but not lost.
Of course.
You know, you will still be able to intertwine and be able to share some important things even while having fun.
Yeah.
You know, to be able to guide. So it is an important aspect, it's an important activity. And retirees come out again.
Oh, of course, and it is a public holiday. So you more than likely, most persons may be off work and maybe just relaxing. So you have that opportunity on the 21st. That's with Monday. The 21st of May, we're going back down to, it is the 25th of May. The 25th of May, we're going back down to Malmont. We know it's a highly populated area. We got great support from the community. So we had the retirees and the community support last day, and we're looking forward to that again. We follow the following day, the Tuesday, the 26th of May, we have another divisional day. And this time is the South Divisional Day, Central South, the southern part of the Central Division. Their divisional day. I imagine they would share information as time goes on as to the exact location they will select for that event. On the 27th of May will be our field events, and that is an aspect that is coming back again since after our COVID period. Police officers has been calling for it. Listen, if you go to a police sports and you think you could laugh your belly out, the field events is where you would get the real highlights, you know?
In fact, I was just looking at some sporting activities just over the weekend, you know, and it was a laugh for me because you had prison chasing police or police chases, you know. So
Yes.
but all in all, you know, with the police, you know, with their activities and the field events, you know, come out, have a laugh. You might just be able to see somebody that you never thought could have thrown a shot put and throw it and win.
Yeah, you might see me run a race, or I might come a third or a fifth or something along the line, right? So we have that event, or field events is scheduled for the 27th of May at the National Stadium. On the 28th of May, that's the following day again, we have Divisional Day number 4, and that caters to the Western Division, that's the western side of the island, and again, they will share information as to the exact location and activities that they have planned. On the 29th of May, another event is back. Our King and Queen show is back with a bang. And you know, when you go to a police king and a police queen show, it sets a really high standard. The bar is raised significantly. So we are promising that this particular show will be no difference. So it is scheduled for the 29th of May at the Grenada Trade Center. So we're inviting all members of the public again to be a part of our King and Queen show. Of course, that one would be a paid event. There are a lot of bills involved with that one, so we need to charge a fee for that. So more information will be shared on our social media platforms and so forth. So remember the dates is the 29th of May, or Police King and Queen show.
It is a good place for us to take a short break. We're going to play our theme song right here on Real 91.9 on the conversation with the Rgpf. And guest with me in studios is no other person than woman Sergeant McLean, and I'm your host, Corporal Callis. We're going to be back with you in studio shortly. Lock and stay.
I want to say a prayer to the Lord for my nation. I want to say a prayer for all them politicians. I want to beg the master to brighten their vision. Give them the inspiration to look beyond the horizon. Too long we living in bitterness.
Thank you and welcome back to the program, The Conversation with the Rgpf. We are speaking about Police Week 2026 and the events that are scheduled for not just a week, but we have actually a whole month and some of activities, as regards to our police events for 2026. And in studios with me, having to highlight and to share some of these events is Woman Sergeant McLean. And just before we took the break, we would have just paused on the King and Queen show, and trust me, you all need to be there. Yeah. If you have never seen fashion, and what we talk about talent, then of course you need to come out and be able to hear and see of the talents of the King and Queen show for Police Week.
Yes.
So let's continue with our discussion as relates to that of our list of activities for 2026 Police Week.
Right. So I ended on one of the preliminary events. So now we're going into the real week. And our real actual week of Police Week, it will be celebrated, from the 31st of May to the 6th of June. So that's the actual week. So we're down into the meat of the matter now. After we've completed all of the preliminary events, we're getting into the real business now. So we will start out the week, of course, giving thanks and praise to God. We honor him, and we know he has been a stronghold for us. He has been carrying us through, and we will show our appreciation, and we'll give him just what he's deserving and what is due to him. So we'll begin our Police Week on the 31st of May with a church service at St. Patrick. So the church service is scheduled for church. Will be coming to a church near you within St. Patrick's, and more information will be shared as we go forward. Then the Monday, the 1st of June, we will have our hardball cricket, and that will be the finals. So after we finish with our cricket, we will have our football final competition, and it will also be at the Tanton playing field. On Wednesday, the 3rd of June, would be our wreath laying ceremony, and that would be at the Botanical Gardens. And this ceremony, it's in memory of our fallen officers. Right? It is really a solemn moment where we invite members of the families of fallen police officers to lay a wreath in their memory, in their honor, to let them know that they're never forgotten. We always carry them in our hearts and in our thoughts, and we really appreciate their service and their contributions they have made to our country. So we have a day set aside for that, and it is Wednesday the 3rd of June, where we will demonstrate just that. Later on in the evening, we have our debate finals, and it is scheduled for Willis. So we're coming to you, Willis. Look out. The police would be in your area. We're coming with all the great deliveries. We have all our scholars and so on. They're preparing. They're getting ready. Our debates are usually heated, and we usually look at topics that are really current, things that we can do some really deep introspection. We look at things that are happening and unfolding before us. We do the research, and then we come and represent our positions on it. So it provides an opportunity for members of the public and even ourselves to learn through that activity. So it's a great opportunity. So we invite you to come on the 3rd of June at Willis for our debate finals. Following our debate finals, on the 4th of June, it's a public holiday. So you're invited, and we expect a grand showing of persons. We have our athletics meet. And listen to me, if you have ever missed a police sports before, you do not want to miss this one now.
Better than angel call, right?
Listen to me. It's a call of nothing with police sports. Because we're really serious, and we're big and serious when it comes to intercall. But you get everything. You get a portion of everything when it comes to police sports. There's the entertainment, there's the competition, there's the rivalry. Anything you can imagine and think of, we have it at the police sports, and it caters to every part as well. So we it's not just the police competing, we also invite members of the public as well.
And of course, some
to compete.
club would just be looking for some bargain rights on that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we wouldn't want to say which club is going to go home with it this year, but
yes. So some club is going to be, looking forward to that event, and we usually have a very colorful match past as well. So we look forward to our athletics meet. It's a Thursday. It's a public holiday. We expect a huge turnout. It is tentatively scheduled for the Cuthbert Peters Park, that's in Guelph. But there's a question mark by the venue. We will form up the venue at a later date. Following our sports and our fun and our tiring moments, we will cool down a bit with our investiture ceremony, and that would be a ceremony that honors the service of police officers. So whether you're serving for over 20 years, over 30 years, whether you've reached your 4th good conduct badge, whether you've done excellently well in community policing and so on. That's where you receive your pins and your badges and your medals, that you so beautifully and eloquently display on your uniform. So that service caters to installing these accolades on officers. So it is called our investiture ceremony, and it's scheduled for the 5th of June at the Trade Center. Following that, we have another event, or Night of the Ranks, and that brings the events for Police Week to a close. The Night of the Ranks is an invite-only activity. It is catered really for police officers and specially invited guests. It is not an open event, and it's an event where we use an opportunity to do a prize-giving ceremony for the winners of Police Week events, activities, and so all the different events. So we use it as an opportunity to hand over our prizes or gifts or medals or trophies and so on to the competing clubs. And it is also a cocktail social setting where police officers get to unwind, they get to, dress nicely. It's a formal event. This year the theme is glitz and glam, so you have to dress according to the theme. And an aspect of that event is also best dressed male and best dressed female officers. And from the time we started announcing that and advertising that, the guys are coming with their A game. I've not heard the ladies yet. I'm not sure if they're keeping it a secret, but when I heard about the African wear that would be dragging and who would have flowers throwing for them and all sorts of things, I know the guys would be coming with their A game.
Imagine the Rgpf made them, we have talent and we have class in there, right?
Of course, we
definitely,
do. Yes.
Person will come with the A game.
Yes. So,
and of course, it's the Knights
of the Ranks. Right, so it's promising to be a great event, but please be reminded that it's only for serving police officers and our specially invited guests. So this would bring the week of activities for the general Rgpf to a wrap. But I just wanted to focus and narrow down a bit on the Eastern Division because for ourselves, remember I spoke about our divisional day. So we will have a number of events happening on that particular day, which is the 19th of May. And even leading up to the day, we will have events. So we have identified a community that we love a lot. We're working with them. We're looking to see things improve within that community. We want the best for that community and the persons in the community. So we've identified a community that we intend to do a project. I'm not going to say what the project is because we don't want to let our cat out of the bag for the others to don't copy what we're doing.
Totally agree with you.
Right. So we have a special project plan for that community, and that would be done prior to the actual divisional day. Also, we have a walk planned. So because the divisional day must factor in a community project that will be impactful, that would be really significant, and that can have some kind of effect, yes, on that community. So we have that down pack. We also have to factor in health and wellness. So our walk or physical fitness will be factored into that, and then we will end the day with a number of events at different points within the town of Grenville, and that day promises to be exciting, and you do not want to miss any aspect of that day. Right, so we have a great lineup of events, and we want to invite members of the public. It is free. You just need to be present to not miss the treat, right? And also prior to that, we have our fitness. We have a grand fitness program that begins next Monday at Progress Park. And the time and everything is just suited for the busy person. So we know usually fitness is usually earlier in the day, but we've tailored that one to start 6:30ish. So you have sufficient time to get home from work, maybe take care of a few things around the house, and then head on down to Progress Park. We will have dance exercise, we will have self-defense, and a wider range of activities catered for you, the members of the public. We want people to come out. We need everybody driving now. So we have a problem, we have a challenge for vehicle. We carpool, we jump in the neighbor car, we jump in the neighbor, and we come on down to Progress Park because we're going to get fit together, we're going to get healthy together. So we have that free opportunity to do just that.
And in all of that, being a part of this fitness is all about our mental health, Yeah. I think it is really necessary for us, I say, health-wise, if we look at what is happening around our society today and the lives of our persons, if we are directly involved in a lot of the activities as the Eastern Division is actually bringing out now, definitely we can team up. And it's all about community policing and be able to bridge the gap and be able to connect with the people out there in the public so that we can enhance relationship, we can enhance friendship, and most of all, build trust. So I too want to extend that, invitation as well to the persons out there in different sectors. Come out, join us, and we're doing it for you. It's after work, because sometimes you have the after work line, and persons do go out.
Yeah.
So we invite you now to make just a switch from the after work line to after work fitness session.
Yes.
And I come out and what we say, bill a sweat.
Bill a sweat.
Bill a sweat.
Yes. You're billing a sweat and you're getting healthy at the same time.
Definitely.
Yeah?
Definitely.
So you have that free, and I want to say it, underline capital bowl, FREE. This is a free initiative. You do not have to pay anything. You just have to be there, be present, and let's get moving together.
I know what, Liz, as well, last weekend, Brush Grove had a very interesting activity. How much can you highlight to the public as relates to that and out there?
Okay, so our very eloquent officers or very abled officers at Brush Grove Police Station, they're led by Corporal Wendy Thomas. They had a great event over the weekend. They had a walk from the Granatan area, and it came down to the Palms pasture in Brush Grove. A number of community persons were involved in that walk, and it was not just a walk, it was a walk with a purpose. They did that for twofolds, really, the health and wellness aspect of it, and also to raise funds for a member of the community who is battling an illness. So it was twofold, and it was really well supported. It was an impactful walk because it does not just show that the police is existing within the community, it shows that police cares about you. So they're looking out for your health and wellness, and they're also supporting persons who may be challenged with different lifestyle diseases and so on. So it was a great initiative. There was great participation. And from my understanding, I understand that the people are calling for the other one already, They said that they can't wait. They need to know when the other event is going to be. When is the next walk in Brush Grove? When is the next event carried for? So they don't want to get too cold. They want it to be something that is persistent, that is happening frequently. And we promise them that in the not too distant future, Corporal Thomas and her team at Brush Grove will be at your service again once more, because we will be doing a lot more work in our communities as time progresses.
I am certain that when the police and the community meet together, greatness comes out.
Of course, yes.
Of it.
Of course it does.
We
Yes.
can attest to that.
Yes.
And the mere fact that we had such a wonderful session last weekend, and they are already asking for
More.
Yeah. It means that there are greatness within the division.
Yes.
And once the community gets involved,
Of course.
Then
That's it. That's
it's
it.
up and up and up.
Bigger
from
and
here.
bigger and bigger and greater.
And bigger
Yes.
and greater things to come. So we really do want to endorse, we really want to ask our person out there in the public to team up. Let's work together. And likewise, if you hear something, say something. You see something, you see something.
Yes.
Collectively, we are in this all together.
Yeah.
You know, we cannot do this on our own.
No.
And as much as we say, the police is oftentimes the last on the scene.
Mm-hmm.
The public is the ones who have the information, the one who sees it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so join us. You know, let us be able to share information that you know, so that we can build capacity in terms of fighting crime and reducing the fear of crime altogether. We're just going to take a short break and with our team song once more, and we're going to be right back in studios with you right here on 91.9 and 91.5 with the conversation with the RGPF. Lock and stay.
I am a prayer for my country. Righteousness exalts a nation, but sin is a reproach to any man. Pray for my country. I want to say a prayer to the Lord for my nation. I want to say a prayer for all them politicians. I want to beg the master to brighten their vision. Give them the inspiration to look beyond the horizon. Too long we living in bitterness and hate. Now the time is right for us to renew our faith. I'm sick and tired of all the confusion. The bickering been going on much too long. So as we move to the new century, Father, hear my plea. Hey, Father, I pray for the PF to find solution for we problem. Oh, Father, I pray for every minister to see eye to eye with each other. Oh, Father, I pray for progress. I pray for stability. I pray for happiness and a whole lot of love in my country. Father, I pray for the police. Please inspire them to keep the peace. Oh, Father, I pray for the judge and the jury and those who begging for them mercy. Oh, Father, I pray and I pray, I pray and I pray. I pray for the good and the bad man. I pray and I pray, I pray and I pray. I pray for the whole.
Thank you once more, and welcome back to our program this morning, the conversation with the RGPF, right here on Real 91.9 and 91.5. I'm your host, Corporal Tusis Callis, and joining me as guest this morning on the program is no other person than Woman Sergeant 925 McLean, and we were actually speaking about Police Week activities, and we had a list of activities that were outlined, and it's not just for the police, but we are encouraging every member of the public to be on board. And the theme for this year's week of activities is United in Service, Committed to Community. And that in itself speaks volume. You know, there's a lot that we can extract out of this, and as an RGPF, we have a responsibility to provide a service. We are mandated to provide service in all aspects of professionalism to our people out there, our nation. And of course, once we are providing that service, it means therefore our community would be of a safer place, so that we all can live peacefully, and have that level of camaraderie and, working together to build trust so that we can reduce fear of crime and like such. I know we spoke definitely as to the Police Week and the activities, but what about the clubs? How many clubs are there within the RGPF as relates to Police Week, and maybe who is the defending champ? And I trust that the defending champ is prepared and ready to defend the title for this year.
So sometimes you hear, and probably initially we should have done that because persons would hear us referring to clubs. Well, what is club? What is a club? So in the school system, we know that they're called houses. So you have green house, then maybe Cali's house is green, and Douglas house is red, McLean house is yellow, and so forth. But in the police force, we do not call them houses, we call them clubs. So we have 4 clubs within the organization, and all of these clubs, what we do usually, we have them named after our former commissioners of police. So our blue club, is Ogilvy's club. Our club in yellow is Bedo's club. Our club in green is James' club, and the club in red is Claxton's club. Over the years, we've had a lot of rivalry. At one point, there was a club. That's Claxton. You would believe that they were the only club participating in Police Week. But we have since seen that trend broken. You know, the other clubs are showing them that, hey, we mean business as well.
We want a piece of that too.
We want a piece of that victory. We want a piece of that sweet tasting thing that you experience year after year.
For years.
Right. So they come and they came with their A game. The previous year we had that was James Club. They defeated them at the sports, because the sports, even if you may not be the overall winner of Police Week, having to emerge as the victorious club from the sports, it's a awesome feat for any of the clubs, right? So that you have a lot of bragging rights, and you fellas, you know, it's a really exciting time.
Definitely.
The celebrations are endless. The talks and the conversations at the station, in the barracks, it's endless. When you see your rival club member, you throw a little chat, you know. It's a really awesome way to socialize. And we have the sporting events, the athletics, as the highest one that people would look to be the champion of. But overall, we usually have an overall winner, because remember, there are other events. So the football and all of that, the competition are between the competing clubs. So all of the clubs, all of them will have teams represented, and you would get points from these events. A certain amount of points allotted, and at the event at the end of Police Week, all of the points are tabulated, and then that's when we get the overall winner of Police Week. But we do have individual winners for each of the areas. So sometimes you will see a club, maybe they may not have won every single one, but they may have been consistent with their second place, maybe one first place, a couple second places, maybe one third place, and that club could be the overall winner of Police Week, and they would receive a challenge trophy. All right. But last year, our winning club was Claxton Club, was it? I'm subject to correction, but the winner of the sports itself was the club in blue. It was Ogilvy's club, and it has been a long time since they were actually winners of the sports. And can you imagine? The House and Green, they won the year before. They were hoping to have a repeat, but that did not happen. However, the long unbroken streak of Claxton Club was broken since the year before, and they were not able to catch themselves last year. And they continue. We would continue this year. We will see what would happen. The people are getting their athletes ready. I'm seeing videos popping up here, there, and everywhere. Guys are getting ready. Yeah, people are training. They're getting ready. They're really getting ready. And this year's Police Week promises to be really, really exciting. I am excited. I can't do much, but I am present. I support. Yes, I support the activities, and I support my colleagues, and I really gas them up, because I have a loud mouth, so I can shout and say, let's go, and these kind of things. And support is important as well. So I know that this year would be no different. And in fact, I think it will be even more exciting, because we're coming back with the full slate of events. It's not the scaled down events as we've had post-COVID, but we're coming back with full bang this year, full 100. Everything is back. We have Food Fest back. We have King and Queen Show back. Everything is back. And even the King and Queen Show, all of the persons that are competing, they belong to clubs, right? So each club has selected 2 persons to represent them, a male and a female, and that as well. So everything that happens, and there's a competition aspect towards in it, the clubs are represented. The only event that the clubs are not represented, where everybody is expected to come together as a team, notwithstanding the club you belong to, is the Divisional D, right? So on that day, I am not a James Club member. You're not a James Club member. You're part of the Eastern Division, and that's when we come together and we really plan and strategize, because right about now that is home tough, right? So that's the only event really where you don't have the clubs really involved in that. I just thought that I should mention as well. Sometimes people would ask, you would see us wearing a Police Week T-shirt, and people would think it is only for the police to wear. But that's not the case. We have T-shirts available for sale, so if you're a member of the public and you're interested in wearing a Police Week T-shirt, and it is not meant to be only worn during Police Week. You can wear it whenever it's your T-shirt. You purchase it. You could wear it 5 times a week, every day if you want. But you can feel free. We have T-shirts available at Granville Police Station. The wrong neck ones are $55, and those with the polo are $65. So very affordable. Good quality material. You can purchase them at our station at Granville Police Station, and we also have at the Community Relations Department on the Carnage in St. George's. So you could just stop off at the bus stop, run back there, purchase your T-shirt, and represent as well for Police Week.
Good.
Yes.
And it's all beginning with a hype.
Yes. Yes.
It's there. I mean, I know you said you're up at James Club. Personnel. What can you say? We're looking for some bargain rights. What would you say to your James Club members now? I mean, have they get ready?
Well, sometimes it's kind of hard trying to be neutral, because you're a member of the Police Week committee. You belong to a club, and you have to kind of manage the two of them. But I always say to them, I'm a proud James Club girl. I've always been for my entire. Well, this year would be my 18th year in the police force. I've always been a part of James Club. I've always been involved. But as the years progress, I've been involved in Police Week. It kind of took me away from my club activities. I've debated, I've played table tennis, I've played netball, I've ran in athletics, I've matched past, everything. I took part in it. And I'm a proud Jamesite. We call each other Jamesite. And whatever I can do, even if I'm on the committee, I still support my club. I still rate them. I go out and I support them. I encourage my membership. I share information with them. Once it becomes available, I share it so that they can be in the know, and I try to help as much as possible, even if assigned with the committee work and so on. Yes, but I'm going to say to my Jamesites, let us go there. Let us show them what we're made of. Former ASP Terrence Julian, our number one fan, our number one supporter, our number one hype man. He's always behind us. And if it's one person we have to make proud and we have to remember, is former ASP Terrence Julian, the big man from Roseville, because we know how it goes. So Jamesites, let's get ready to defend. Let's get ready to dominate Police Week and have a great time.
Right. We're actually coming to the conclusion of our program this morning, the conversation with the Rgpf. And any final comments from you?
Yes, I just want to remind members of the public, yes, we're launching Police Week, and you may hear the term Police Week and think it is only for members of the police force. But the majority events, they're catered for us to connect with our community. And as the theme rightfully says, united in service, committed to community. So yes, we're having these events, but our theme would tell you what we are trying to achieve. So we are looking to continue to build on the relationships that we have. We are looking to form new relationships, and we are looking to really help our people to understand that it's not the police by themselves and the public by themselves, but it is both of us coming together, to ensure that we have a safer Grenada, right? To ensure that we reduce crime or reduce even the fear of crime in Grenada. So Police Week provides that perfect opportunity in a social setting where the police, the public, we come together under football, under cricket, under different events. We have that opportunity to interact with us. You have that opportunity to build bonds, build relationships, build partnerships. And we trust that you would grab the opportunity, because we are anticipating great things, great relationships that will be realized from such connections.
Thank you very much, Sarge. And I want to just remind our listeners out there, come out and be a part.
Yes.
We have the church service, we have the debates, we have the King and Queen show, we have the other activities. You had the fiesta, which is one of the big things, you know, that you would look forward to out there at the Paul's Strip, you know, and the food fest. The food fest.
Yes.
So come out and be a part of it. Let's work together and let's have fun as we continue to connect, as we continue to build relationship and build trust. So thank you once again for joining us here on the program, The Conversation with the Rgpf Women's Sergeant Macklin, and to our general public, thank you. We're going to be back in studios next Wednesday for another wonderful program. Lock and stay to Real 91.9. I'm your host, Copper Callis. Stay tuned.
But I pray for the police, please inspire them to keep the peace. Oh, Father, I pray for the judge and the jury and those who begging for them mercy. Oh, Father, I pray and I pray, I pray and I pray. I pray for the good and the bad man. I pray and I pray, I pray and I pray. I pray for the whole of the nation. Father, hear my prayer. A prayer for my country. Father, pray for my country. Pray, oh, I say a prayer. Living conditions sometimes is so